Hello, everybody who is joining live and everybody who is watching the replay. Let me get everything refreshed and ready to go. Make sure that I'm not cutting my head off. Or have an echo like that. Okay. I think we're good. How are all of you doing? What are you drinking? Let's start with that. I am actually having a decaf latte. I am way ahead of my water goal for today. I don't know what's going on. I'm drinking my water like a fish. I feel like that phrase actually isn't right. Like I feel like fish don't actually drink a lot of water. Anyways, so I'm rewarding myself with a decaf latte. It's too late in the day for caffeine for this girl, but that's what I'm having. Melissa, I'm so glad that you are catching live for the first time. Meg, your first live as well. Oh, I'm so excited. Everybody is all live today. Jessica, milk with cookies. That sounds delicious. What kind of cookies? Now I want a cookie. Strawberry lemonade flavored water. Ooh, Carrie, that sounds good. Oh, Katie, a beer sounds great. This is going to sound funny, but here, for whatever reason, Instacart won't let me order alcohol from the grocery store when I order from the grocery store. And I can order from like the actual grocery store app, but there's a lot less options. It's a lot easier for me on Instacart. So we actually don't have any alcohol here. That's ours. Everything that's left here is my parents. And so I'm trying actually just to not order any and then not have it because it's not here. So that's kind of where I'm at right now for the month of August. I'm trying to hold out. That it just totally random topic. Oh my gosh, Nicole, I'm so glad that your results were negative. So glad. Hi, Kaden. Amanda, you go run that election. We talked about voting and whatnot last week. I know there was some good news that we got a few hours ago at this point. It was dropped. I don't know. Hello, everybody who is just joining us. Let us know what you're drinking, if you are drinking. Yeah, Jen, I know the Favor app will do it, but then the Favor app, it doesn't seem as good as Instacart for actually picking my groceries. Like they don't have everything is not built into the app. I have to like type it in myself. So I either have to place two separate orders, right? Groceries and then alcohol, or what I'm trying is just not ordering alcohol right now because I'm just ordering from Instacart, HEB. So I took my kiddo. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jessica, it sounds like you deserve wine for sure. Taco Tuesday. I love me some Taco Tuesday. I haven't actually decided what we're going to have for dinner tonight. I don't know yet. To be determined. Kim, Bailey's. Sam loves Bailey's. That's like one of his favorite drinks is Bailey's and hot chocolate, or Bailey's and decaf. He can't actually have caffeine. Or he does like just Bailey's and milk. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah. Caroline, you're trying to put together a Michael's craft cart and nothing is lining up. I don't know. I don't have one of those carts, so I can't help you. Jen, a White Claw with Malibu rum. Oh, you're getting intense over there, but I guess dropping your oldest child off at college it's a good reason to enjoy a very stiff drink. So let me know, what questions do you guys have? Oh, HEB. I think HEB is so much better than Wegmans, Jessica. Now, I've never actually lived where there's a Wegmans within my like normal go-to grocery stores. I've been to Wegmans. There are some in New York, and then I've been to them a lot when I go visit my family upstate New York, but I've never lived in the vicinity of a Wegmans. So, but I love HEB. HEB's like generic name brand stuff is the best. It's the best. So that's that. Ooh, an iced caramel macchiato. That sounds good. Annie, are you nervous about going back to New York? Honestly, no. I'm nervous that the ride back is not going to be near as exciting. Like the ride down here was not bad at all, like the drive. So I'm a little nervous that the drive back is going to feel a little bit more like groggy and not as like it'll feel longer. But New York's numbers are great, and we're not going to go anywhere, right? Like we're going to go there and we're going to stay in our apartment. like, we're not going to change our lives with what we're doing here versus what we're doing there. So no, I'm still not going to be back at work. Sam's still not going to be back at work. So I don't think I'm really nervous to get back. Let me take that back. I'm a little nervous about like our stir craziness in the apartment. Like, it happened for us in March, April, May. So that's probably what I'm slightly nervous about. HEB and Wegmans, there's a huge debate going on down here. What has been my favorite part of working from home in Texas? How has Sam been doing? So I'll start with Sam. Sam's been good. He's been really great. I think we're both just in a really good place right now with everything going on, work, life. It's just all been really good. So thank you for asking. He is great. My favorite part of Texas is the water. Like, I like being this close to the water and being able to get in the water whenever I want. And I like having outdoor space that I want to actually spend time in and go sit outside and get some fresh air. My favorite part about working from home is not having to put on real clothes, like being able to work in comfy clothes all day. And then also, I do like working central time here and being done at like 4-ish central, which is really nice. Donna, I know, I'm so sad about having to cancel the meetup. I had a conversation with the location and it just didn't seem like it was gonna work out. It wasn't gonna be a good idea for September. Definitely plans for a future meetup as soon as things get back to somewhat normal. Absolutely. That's not an idea or a goal that I'm giving up on completely, just for 2020. Jessica, so Sam, he didn't actually change jobs. He's still a financial advisor, financial planner. I don't actually know the difference between the two. He probably could tell me, and I don't know which one he technically is. But all he did was get under a new umbrella within the company. So all of his branding and all of that kind of stuff will change because now he's working for a separate company underneath New York Life. And so all of his email and his business cards and all that stuff is a different company. The other benefit is now he has an admin staff that can help him with a lot of different things. And he's working with his mentor. His mentor, who's been in the business for a very long time and is very successful, is the one who created this little mini company underneath the big company. And he invited Sam to be a part of that little mini company. I hope that makes sense. So his actual job isn't changing. His day-to-day changes to the extent that his admin team can now do some things to support him that he originally was doing himself, which frees up his time to focus on clients, which is so much better because that's what he's good at and that's what he enjoys. But that's kind of what changed about his job. Yeah, I hope that's clear. Following up on my Instagram, tips for building momentum. Loretta, you have been enjoying your summer break, and I'm glad that you've been taking a break and enjoying and relaxing. I would say what I said on the Instagram post is still the biggest tip for that momentum is starting small. So still spend 95% of your day watching Netflix and do something productive for 5%. Once you start doing that one thing, it builds up and you feel excited to keep going. For me, I felt it the most this month with the pictures. That going through my pictures, it's been on my goals list for the entire year, right? This is not a new goal that I've set, but it's finally working because I'm only doing it for 2 minutes a day. I literally set a timer during my morning routine and I go through photos for 2 minutes. And yep, it's taking me a while. I think I do obviously the day before's photos and then I go back to wherever I left off, and right now I'm in June. So I still have a really long way to go, but I see the progress because before it just felt like this huge daunting, oh my gosh, you have 30,000 photos you have to get through. It's just so much work. And because I can see the progress, because I'm doing it, even though it's really small and 2 minutes feels so attainable, it's helping me keep going. So I would say pick one thing you want to do and start that and start doing that every day, but don't let it be the whole day. Let it just be a small thing. I hope that helped. Melissa, health planner will be up on Friday. Nope, Jessica, we didn't pick a caterer yet. Nope. How was visiting with Sam's family? Jessica, it was good. They came down here last weekend, his mom and his stepdad, and we ate lunch with them out on the deck. So they actually didn't even come through the house. They went like around the side of the house, and then we met them on the deck, and we had lunch with them on the deck, and then we all went to the beach, and then we sat, we put our chairs further apart at the beach, and sat at the beach, and it was nice to be able to catch up with them. It's weird. It's a weird time to like see your parents and not be able to hug them. Like, what is this world that we're living in? But given both of their jobs and what their exposure is, that's what we felt safe doing. Some of my goals involve being on a computer after I've been on the computer all day for work and my second master's. How would you recommend I move forward when I want to throw out my laptop every night? Allison, I'm trying to understand. Like you spent all day on your computer working for other things, and now you have goals on the computer and you don't want to work on them. So my first piece of advice would be, can you do those goals on the weekend when you're not, like if you're sick of your computer during the weekdays, then like don't try and do anything else on your computer. My second question or piece of advice would be, can you do it in the morning before those things start? May require getting up a little bit earlier, but can you work on your computer before you get sick of your computer with all of those other tasks? If not, I would just try to do in little spurts, reward yourself, kind of those typical push through it kind of advice, but I think maybe one of those other two might work better. How do you track your water during a day? Do you track it on a piece of paper or just keep track in your mind? Meg, since I've gotten that giant water bottle, which I held up during the lattes with Laken last week, that's how I track my water. I just keep look at where I'm at. And so far since getting that water bottle, I've only had one day that I didn't finish it. And so I note where the line is at the bottom, and that's I know how much I did based on that, where that line is. But that's how I track it, is I just use that water bottle, which is awesome. Kat, do you have any ideas on what to do with planners that you won't use but written in? Kat, if you've written in them on days that have already happened, you could still try selling them for the rest of the days that they are there for. You also can donate them. If you can find a women's shelter in your area or a children's center, there's usually places like that that are always looking for stuff. Some schools will accept them for fun things. That would be my advice there. Rachel, that's good advice too. Do it somewhere different. I do that here. The seat that I sit in when I work, it also helps for me. It's a different laptop. It's my work laptop versus my personal laptop. But I will sit in one spot when I'm working on my work laptop, and then when I'm working on my personal laptop, I try to sit in a different spot. That's really great advice, Rachel. Jessica, I'm really happy to hear that you found the Patreon group and the text very helpful. They have made me very happy as well, I will tell you. I am caught up on questions. This usually doesn't happen this early. Okay. Amber, there is no way that water bottle is going back to the office. If I go back to the office, eventually I will go back to the office, that water bottle won't get to go with me, and I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to track my water at the office. There's no way that water bottle is going to work. So what I'm thinking, if/when, so when I say if and when, there's no plans for the rest of 2020 that we're going back to the office. And then even in the spring, I think it'll be half and half. But what I'm thinking is they have a smaller version that's got but what I'm thinking is just getting the smaller version, is getting the half gallon, and then use that one at home and only fill it up halfway. And then at work, have a half gallon one that just lives at work and do the same process at work, is what I'm thinking. The water bottle is, Amanda, I will link it below for when I'm done. I have it linked in the vlog, I think. If you want to find it faster than me linking it in this video, I'm pretty sure I linked it in the vlog from last week. Kaden, no, I don't think so. There are so many people out there who have cloth and paper inserts that they are reviewing and showing you how they're using them. I am not an insert person. I'm not a rings. I'm not a disc. I'm not all the things that she has. I reviewed this one spiral that she offers. I reviewed that as part of my Black Owned Planner Reviews video, but I don't see myself reviewing any other cloth and paper products. I'm sorry. So far, the topics have been all over the place. We're talking about all kinds of things. Mindy, the best place to get detailed information about the Patreon is on the actual Patreon page, which is linked in the vlog. If you want to get to it quickly, I will link it in this video when I'm done. I hope that's enough information. If you obviously have any other questions, feel free to message me. Instagram is the best place to message me to get a quicker response than email. Just FYI. Meg, I could be a trendsetter on the subway with my ginormous water bottle. I mean, I could carry it empty, I guess, to work. I'm obviously not going to carry it with water in it on the subway. Although, did you see? I don't know if you guys follow Mary's Contrary Plans. I don't know where the S is in her name. She posted an article that there was a snake on the subway. That makes me want to not go back to the subway ever. Danielle, I am still leaving my alarm phone in the hallway. Yep, putting my alarm somewhere else other than next to my bed was a life changer in terms of my relationship with the snooze button. I love to sleep. I love the snooze button. And that was the only way that I could get myself to break up with it. So in New York, it was like on the other side of the apartment, which, let's be honest, in New York is not really that far. But so I had to find it a similar home here. It has to be, I have to physically get out of bed, otherwise I will snooze. And that's just what I will do. No, Kaden, not actually a hard question because I know the answer. I just don't like giving you the answer because it's not the answer that you want. Kat, I love my sleep tracking app. I don't know. And so I know I didn't sleep well last night. And I could tell I didn't sleep well, and then I looked at my app and I didn't sleep well. And I was trying to figure out what was driving that sleeping well. The only thing I did differently last night than I have done in the past is I worked out way later. I mean, I say late, way later, 7 p.m. I worked out at 7 p.m. I took a class. So I'm going to give it another chance next week and see if there's a trend. And if there is, then I know that actually working out that close to bedtime is actually not good for my sleep. Because every other night I've been sleeping like a baby. So another phrase that doesn't make any sense because babies don't actually sleep well. Anyways, so I've been liking it. I haven't had any until last night. They've all been like in the 90s, so there hasn't been like a pattern to see. But like maybe having a decaf latte, maybe I won't sleep as well tonight. Like it'll be interesting to see. That's what I'm trying to find is are there patterns in when I have worse sleep, and if there is, like I'm gonna stop doing those things. Amanda, that makes me laugh. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, in Brooklyn. I know, Allison. Oh my God, I can't. Oh my gosh. Victoria, I love that you and Kat asked the same question. Ariana, first off, thank you for sharing your first name since your name is not in your name. Not hitting the snooze button makes all the difference because I was never like a one snoozer. Like maybe if I have to get up for something, I could be a one snoozer. But on a normal day, if it's just me and my morning routine that's standing between like my sleep and work, I am not a one snoozer. If I start snoozing, I'm done. I will keep snoozing, or I will change the alarm, or I'll turn it off, or whatever. I just will get up right before work. It was an all or nothing for me. I was not a one snoozer. So that's why it made such a difference for me, because by not snoozing, I was actually getting out of bed when I wanted to get out of bed versus 5 minutes before I had to be on my laptop. Loretta, I have actually never been to Paris. I have a flight to Paris for October 1st to celebrate our engagement with my parents that weekend, like our engagement weekend. We're supposed to go to Paris. And I don't think we're going to go. And I don't even think it's about us being nervous and not feeling safe on a plane. I don't think they're gonna let me in. I don't think Americans are gonna be allowed in Paris, in October. But I've never been. The only place I've been in Europe is London, north of London, and Bath. The game changer for me was waking up, moving the vibration alarm on your Fitbit. Interesting. Like, were you still wearing it, Lisa? Like, you were still wearing the Fitbit and the vibration woke you up, or you actually like moved it somewhere else and hearing that? Have you worked through filming schedules when back in New York City with both you and Sam at home? No, Annie, we have not. No, that's a conversation we're gonna have to have. I mean, we did it right in March, April, May. We made it work. It was a lot of conversations, but we made it work, and we'll make it work again. That's all right. Hannah, I've tried the 5-3-2-1 thing. I think that's what my getting out of bed and walking to the alarm is my brain not letting me snooze. I don't actually do it, but yeah. Mindy, yeah, my evening routine is not necessarily in a great place either. What I've been trying is keeping it simple right now, and then I try to do it as early as possible, because the earlier I do it, the more likely I'm actually going to do it. And when I say my evening routine, it is all of washing my face and brushing my teeth, laying out my clothes for the night before, because the closet is on the same side of the bed and I can't like go over there and get my clothes in the morning because he's still asleep. And then I turn on the lamp so that the bedroom is like ambiance when I get upstairs. Otherwise, that's literally all I do. But I still try to do it as early as possible. Once I sit on the couch and be a potato, yeah, the evening routine doesn't happen for me either. Hi, Pearl. Okay, Lisa, you're actually wearing it. That's a good idea. Actually, I've always wanted lights like that, hue lights that wake me up. But again, Sam doesn't get up with me right now. I say right now because I have tried in the past. The only time I was ever successful in getting him to get up with me is when we were registered for classes at the gym. Have you ever considered a work with me video? I find real-time people working incredibly motivated. Allison, I haven't. I mean, I can't share with you what I'm working on, so that might be part of the problem. I don't know. I don't know what I would share besides me just like sitting at my laptop. And with like some music in the background. I'm not sure what value it would provide. I guess that's my question. But if you can give me ideas, I am more than happy to give it a go. Welcome, Mia. We're glad you're here too, even though you're late. Georgia, I know, I'm bummed that I had to cancel it too. I would love to do one in Austin too. I think I explained this in a video at some point, but my vision would be to do a meetup when I travel to wherever I'm traveling to. And obviously I travel to Texas relatively frequently, so Texas would definitely be on the list. Chicago would definitely be on the list. Like if I happen to be in whatever city, I would love to do a meetup while I'm there. That is the vision and the goal. That vision and goal was back when we were traveling. So I was starting with New York because that's home, but the goal was to do one all around. Oh my goodness, Laura. Oh, a preschool teacher in New York City. Whew. Yeah, I am all about a meetup in Texas too. You guys know I love Texas. I mean, I love it down here. It's warm and it costs less. My coffee's not really warm anymore though. Fail. Allie, Baltimore is a definite possibility because of Sam's family. Sam has family in Baltimore. Actually, he just had another cousin. 3 of them are now, I mean, that includes us, engaged. And 2 of them actually live in Baltimore. So we will likely be in Baltimore at some point for those 2 weddings. I don't know when yet. But we have been and go to Baltimore. The problem with Baltimore is we don't usually have a car while we're there. So figuring out a meetup and being able to do all those things might be a little bit more difficult, but I am definitely open to it. Elise, I have thought about doing it via Zoom, but really my intention of those meetups were to have other people meet each other too. Like, yes, you meeting me, that I'm all for that, and I really love that moment when I get to meet people in person at conferences and whatnot. But it is also about, I wanted to make those connections among people that happen to live in that city. And the Zoom meetings obviously don't accomplish that at all. I am doing Zoom meetings with my Patreons. You know, guys, do you know I don't understand that concept, why it's Patreon and then patrons? Anyway, I'm doing Zoom meetings monthly with them. So I just feel like that's where I get that interaction. So if somebody, like, I could do it and charge for a one-time, or you could just sign up for Patreon and then do it that way. because that is basically a meetup. Loretta, I hope for London one day too. We will go eventually as a family. My younger brothers have never been to see like their heritage, so we will go at some point. Just when, who knows? That's so funny. I will look, Allison, for study with me videos. That's so funny. Jessica, I love Minnesota too. I have a very good friend who lives outside of Minneapolis, so if I ever go visit her, oh, I lost my spot. Mindy, maybe I'm trying to do too much in the evening. Yeah, I would say start small. Like we were talking about with the momentum, right? If what you're trying to do is establish an evening routine, then work on establishing the routine first, even if it's only 2 things or 1 thing. And then once that routine is established, like you come home and you do it right after work, or you come home, you eat dinner, and then you do it before you sit on the couch, then you can start adding things to that routine. That you want to have more of. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. In Leander. Okay, Caroline. Yeah. I mean, Austin would be great. I love Austin. Yeah, Elise, Chicago is definitely on the list. Someday. Someday when we are allowed to be with more than 10 people, or I guess allowed is not the right word, it's comfortable and safe. There are a lot of states that are letting you be with more than 10 people, but I don't think it's a good idea. Jessica, I have no idea when the fall Erin Condren box is releasing. Lisa, I would love that. I would love that. I think that's probably way further down the line once we are in Chicago permanently and I have a car and I can just drive over to Michigan and visit Kayla and Alex and do one there. But absolutely, that's on the list someday. Yeah. I promised Kayla I would come visit her eventually anyway. Once we're in Chicago, it's so much easier for us to go back and forth and see each other once we're within driving distance. I love them, Kayla and Alex, by the way. I think you guys know that. And if you don't follow them, you should. Yeah, I also want to see their store. I just want to see, what they've done. It's incredible. In a world of digital land, and they created this brick and mortar store, and then of course the timing was just terrible. But it is what it is. Katie, do you have plans to stay with your mom in Chicago if work from home continues? Have I said this somewhere? Or are you just like really good at guessing my life because I don't know if you just are really good at guessing or if I mentioned that. I think, yes, there's a definite possibility that we will go to New York, get Charlie, stay there for a few months, vote in person because New York's absentee ballot rules are insane. We talked about this last week. You have to have an excuse to vote absentee. So I think we'll vote and then maybe like right before Thanksgiving, head back to Chicago and stay there through Thanksgiving and through December and through Christmas into the new year. I think that's our plan. Yeah, CPC was a blast, Lisa. So much fun. Pearl, am I reading anything at the moment? I'm still reading, so you want to talk about race, but I am making much more significant progress on that now that I've been on top of my morning routine, but I'm still taking it slow because I'm taking a lot of notes and it's a lot to digest, but it's super good. And then I'm reading Harry Potter. I'm still on book 5, guys. I'm still on book 5. I have 2.5 weeks to finish 5, 6, and 7. Wow. I need to put like significant reading on my weekend list instead of like watching Netflix. Or I'm just going to tell my dad I'm taking 6 and 7 with me. Oh my God. Anna, we will move to Chicago eventually. Yes, we're not planning to stay in New York forever. And Chicago is kind of our happy medium between Sam's love for big cities and my love for family and lower cost of living. Chicago gets us all of those things. Timeline to be determined. COVID's kind of made that all kind of up in the air. And neighborhood, we're not sure. When we first move, we'll just rent to figure out kind of where we want to settle. and we'll live in the city when we first get there. Again, no idea what neighborhood. My whole family is on the north side. Like my mom is in Lincoln Park, and my brothers are in Wrigleyville. My sister is in Lincoln Park, she's at DePaul. So like, it kind of makes more sense for us to go that direction, just to be near them. I might even venture out a little bit west. We'll see. We'll see. Linda, CPC is Chicago Planner Conference. Jasmine, how soon we want to have kids after marriage? I don't know yet. To be determined on that. It's all those kind of timelines that same that moving timeline and all that, the wedding, because all that is still kind of so up in the air at this point with COVID. I don't know yet. Oh my gosh, Rachel, I'm so glad you got your treadmill assembled. No, that counts as a workout for today. Putting it together counts as your workout for today. Rachel, I could be convinced into Cincinnati. That's where Jeanette lives from Wild for Planners. So I could be talked into Cincinnati. Oh, Katie, my mom is 1,000% jealous of, but I tried to explain to her, I actually haven't seen my dad all that much, right? I think maybe 3 weekends this summer was when we were all here together. I did see my stepmom and my twin brothers for those 2 weeks that we all lived together in San Antonio. But my actual dad, I think I saw him 3 weekends, maybe like 6 or 7 days cumulatively over the course of the whole summer. So like, she is jealous. But like, actually, I'm gonna probably see her more when we stop in Chicago on our way home from New York than I saw him all summer. But it's, yeah. It really, us going to Chicago over November, December, the holidays, would be more for us and us getting another change of scenery from New York rather than like just going to see her and being there for the holidays. I couldn't think of what I was saying. Heather, have I thought about doing any kind of book club for the Patreon? I have. Here's my struggle. I have a couple of struggles with it. One, everybody has such different goals. Is I feel like picking a book is like really honing in on like a specific kind of goal that may not appeal to everybody. The other thing is just like the timing of it and like keeping up with it. I think like what's the benefit is there's a couple of reasons you would have a book club, right? The benefit is holding you accountable to reading it. Well, I think we could maybe do that in other ways and everyone can read whatever book they want to read. Is it having a discussion? If it is, I mean, that's a different topic. Do we just want to have a discussion about a topic instead of like everybody has to read this book? I don't know. Those are kind of my thoughts with that. We started the community library. That is, that's kind of like a book club. My boyfriend is struggling with work from home. Any presents I could get him? So the first thing that Sam got that helped him with work from home was like a back thing, like to help him sit upright and be comfortable like on his back. I think maybe like, does he like fun coffee or fun tea that would make it, I always think having like a fun drink while I'm working from home makes working from home a little bit more exciting. Any other like little desk things, like a little desk plant or a desk like a new mouse pad with like a photo or just something that makes his desk a little bit more personal. Those are the things that pop into my head. I'll keep thinking, Loretta. I read Educated at the very beginning of the year, Lisa. I rented it from the library. Awesome book. Yeah, Logan Square is a cute area too, Anna. That's kind of the area I was thinking if we went west on my mom. The Schwinn bike, Carla, I'm liking it. I mean, it's my parents. I can't take credit for owning a Schwinn bike. They ordered it like when everything first started and they were spending a lot of time at this house, but it works just fine. It's just a spin bike. Like I get all the benefits of the Peloton and the classes are great. Don't get me wrong. I love being able to do the Peloton classes on the app, but the actual bike, like the Schwinn bike, works just fine. You have to figure out the ratio of, what's the word? Not the speed, but the resistance. You can't, it's not the same. It is not the same. It is much higher. The numbers are much higher on Peloton than they are on the Schwinn. So luckily my dad figured it out because the 2 weeks he lived here, he figured it all out. And so before he left, he's like, by the way, the resistance, they're going to tell you like 50 on Peloton. It's like 20 on this bike. So if you get a bike that's not a Peloton, you just have to maybe figure out what the resistance difference is. Just FYI. Oh, Rebecca, I'm a little jealous of your white zen. Danielle, I love The Lazy Genius. I think her podcast is fantastic. I recommend it all the time. I have pre-ordered the book. It is on its way to me. It should be here on Thursday. I'm so excited to read it this weekend. I'm so excited. Have my siblings gone back to school? The Texas kids are supposed to go back to school tomorrow. So, yeah, that's that. Jasmine, that's a really, really interesting question. What made me decide to focus my content more on goals versus just what was that aha moment? Oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't have a good answer for you. It may have been just like the goal check-in videos from the power sheets and how much I enjoyed talking about that, and then kind of the comments I got from that with people talking about their specific goals. That may have been it. Honestly, I don't remember, but I do love it. I don't know. Yeah, Denise, you have to figure out some work between the bikes, but you definitely can do the Peloton app without a Peloton bike. No, Logan Square in Chicago. Oh, Kat, I'm very jealous that you're starting tonight. Did you get the digital one or did you go buy it at an actual store? For whatever reason, I pre-ordered it from Target and it's supposed to arrive on Thursday. Which is fine because I have a lot of other books I can read, obviously. So many books. So many books. It felt like the kind of book I wanted the physical copy, although I say that about every book. I can't pretend that's a lazy genius specific thing. I say that about every book. I like having a physical copy of every book that I own. What's your decluttering plan when you turn to New York? Oh, that's a great question. So like I said in the post I made on Instagram, my mindset is gonna be like, you didn't use this for 3 months. So is it either seasonal, so it's gonna be used at a later point? Is it because you're not going to work, right? So is it something that mostly clothes or shoes? If you went back to work, this would be a thing that you would need. And then those are pretty much the only two things. And I'm gonna try and keep those mindset. And if it's not one of those two things, why didn't I take it with me? Would I have liked to have it down here with me and I just was limited on space? Or can I get rid of it? And I'm gonna try to be really aggressive. I'm gonna try. Things let me know your thoughts. Old Halloween costumes, I keep. Just in case I wanna dress up like Batman again. I'm gonna keep this costume. Why do I need to do that? If/when that ever came to a point, am I better off just buying another one? Or, whatever. Those are kind of my struggles. I will definitely share the declutter process when we get back to New York, however it happens. Oh, it's your first live. No, I'm not in DC. I'm not in Chicago either, but someday. What can I read that is like Harry Potter? For me, nothing is like Harry Potter. I think, the Hunger Games, Divergent. I like both of those series too. Let me think about that one, Annie. Amy, for Fear's My Homeboy, I like the physical copy because it does have action items at the end. I definitely would recommend the Kindle actual version versus an audiobook because again, the action items, being able to see those in print, I think is helpful. At the end of every chapter, she's got 3 or 4, go do this thing. And so what I did was I highlighted the one I wanted to do first in my physical copy. Yeah, special occasion, fancy party, funeral, wedding. Yeah, I should get rid of costumes, Lisa. I know. Jessica, have I heard that you're wrong about podcast? I have not, but I'm not a big true crime person. Yeah, I could definitely donate costumes. Definitely. Yeah, Jasmine, I'm not sure I'm a person with the best declutter technique, but I'm going to do my best. That's for sure. We'll see when we get back. We'll see how it goes. I don't remember what state we even left our apartment in, you guys. It's been that long. It's just been crazy. Oh, Kat, it is definitely worth reading the actual books. Oh my gosh, the chapter I'm on right now in Order of the Phoenix is something that was completely left out of the movie. Completely left out. Like, just like not even. Like, just, yeah. Yes. With all these other people. Yes, yes, yes. All right, well, my coffee is cold. Ooh, Lisa, that's a great idea. Take pictures and memory keep and document why they were important to me. Love that idea. Yeah, Jessica Spew. So, now, what the heck is his name? The Centaur. That's the chapter I'm on in Phoenix. And he's like not even in the movies. I mean, he's in the movies in another movie, but he's not in the movies in Phoenix. Let me see that. Oh, you went to a wedding indoors and it was different for everyone to wear a mask, but it was great. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That makes me have all kinds of feelings. I don't know. To be determined. Okay. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up because I have videos to watch and dinner to cook and all kinds of things to do, but this has been so much fun. Let me know down in the comments, what is one thing you're doing this week to work on your goals? One small thing that you're doing this week to work on your goals. Doesn't have to be huge. It can be very small. That's how you build that momentum. Baby steps. Baby steps build momentum. That is just, I feel like I should just plaster that everywhere. Baby steps build momentum. All the writing. Chapter 3. Is that what was it? Chapter 3? Some 3 you're supposed to be done with today. You signed up for a 5K, Aubrey. Oh my gosh, congrats. A virtual one or an in-person one? Tracking your meals, taking a day off, a whole actual day. Deb, that is a good one. Take the whole actual day. Reading for 5 minutes before bed. That's a good one. Moving your alarm 15 minutes earlier to build more into your morning routine. I like that you're doing just 15 minutes, Lisa. That's a good step. Good step. Oh, you just packed a box while listening. Tanya, I love that you multitask. See, that's when multitasking works. It doesn't always work, you guys. Maybe that should be a video. When multitasking works and when multitasking doesn't work. Whew. Setting up your meal planner. Oh, that's funny. So many great goals. You guys have got this. Have a great week. And we will touch base again next week. Before you leave, please make sure you hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, click that subscribe button. And I will leave the link down below. If you want more information on Patreon, come check it out and hang out with us. All right, I'll see you guys later. Happy planning.